Hi, today I'm gonna start with electronic mail and provide a brief introduction about the SMTP, POP, and IMAP protocols. This is the brief overview of the whole seminar. So first one is the electronic email we'll be dealing with, and next one will be the SMTP, then POP and IMAP protocol. Electronic email. An electronic mail system allows users to transfer memos across the internet. Email differs fundamentally from most other users of networks because a mail system must provide, for instance, when the remote destination is temporarily unreachable. That is, we can consider our mobile phone. Some of the times our mobile phone will be switched off where the device is temporarily unavailable. To handle the delayed delivery, a mail system uses a technique known as spooling. Spooling can be considered as a region of memory where the mail is stored temporarily. This gives a brief overview of a conceptual component of an email system. The user will be sending an email, so it will be coming to the outgoing mail spool area. From the outgoing mail spool area, it will be sent to the client. So from the client, it will be storing the email temporarily, and it communicates with the server, and it client actually establishes the TCP connection to the server, and it forwards the email to the server. When the server receives the email, so it is forwarded to the mailbox of the respective individual, and the individual can read the email by logging into the respective mailboxes. The background mail transfer process becomes a client that uses the DNS system to map the destination name to an IP address. The client then attempts to form a TCP connection to the mail server on the destination machine. If the connection succeeds, the client transfers a copy of the message to the remote server, which stores a copy of the message temporarily. Once the client and the server agrees that the transfer is complete, the client removes the local copy and the server moves its copy to the user's mailbox. Mailbox names and alias. There are three important ideas hidden in our simplistic description of a mail delivery. First, user specifies each recipient by giving a text string that contains two items separated by a @ symbol, where domain name is the domain name of the mail destination to which the mail should be delivered, and user is the name of the mailbox on that machine, that is Corman @ purdue.edu. purdue.edu is the domain name, and comma is the mailbox name under that domain. Second, the name used in such a specification are independent of other names assigned to the machines. Third, our simplistic diagram fails to account for mail forwarding, in which some mail that arrives on a given machine is forwarded to another computer. Alias expansion and mail forwarding. Most email servers provide mail forwarding software that employs a mail alias expansion mechanism. A forwarder allows each incoming mail message to be sent to one or more destinations. Because they can be many to one or one to many alias mappings, increase mail system functionality and convenience. This gives a brief semantic diagram of how the alias expansion works. User will be sending an email to which it is connected to a alias expansion or a forwarding software, which in turn contains the alias databases. So the mappings of alias of a email address will be present in the alias database. So whenever we want to send an email, so it will be checked with the alias database, and it is forwarded to the outgoing mail spool area, and from the outgoing mail spool area it is transferred to the client actually runs in the background and transfer the email to the destination server. So whenever we receive a mail at the server, it again checks with the alias expansion to check with the alias name, and it forwards the email to the respective mailboxes. The user can log into the email to their mailboxes and read the emails. Alias expansion and mail forwarding. Mail alias expansion can be dangerous. Suppose two sites establish conflicting alias. For example, assume that alias databases at site A maps mail address X into a mail address Y at B, and alias database at site B maps mail addresses Y into address X at A. Any mail message sent to an address X at site A will be forwarded to site B, then back to A. And so this gives a simple overview of a simple mail transfer protocol. Simple mail transfer protocol is a straightforward approach where the client will be sending a hello command to the server, and the server will be responding with a 250 OK command, OK acknowledgement to the client. Once the client receives 250 message, the client will respond to the server with a mail command in which it specifies the from address. So once the server receives the mail command, it acknowledges with the 250 OK message, and then next client will be sending a RCPT command which has the destination email addresses. Once the client receives the RCPT command, it responds with a 250 OK message. Suppose if the destination email address is not present, so the server will respond with a 550 response code saying that no such user exists in the respective domain. Next, the client will be responding with a data command, and the server will respond with a 354 start email input command. So now next the client will be sending the body of the email, and to mark the end of the body, the client will be sending carriage return line feed dot carriage return and line feed. So once the server receives this carriage return line feed dot carriage return line feed, the server responds with a 250 OK message, and then the client will be responding with a quit command, to which the server will respond the 221 as the acknowledgement to the client, saying that go ahead and tear down the connection established between the client and the server. This is a two-stage retrieval of an email. If we run a SMTP server on a device, for example, let's say if it is a mobile device, so the mobile device may not be up and running all the time, so we require some dedicated server which is connected to an internet always, and which can save our emails. So here initially what happens is email server, which it will be connected to a internet 24/7. So it receives actually the emails which are sent to our mailbox. So user can log into the email server via any interface. It may be a client or an web interface. So he can just log into the email server and fetch the emails from the email server and read the email. Post Office Protocol. Remote access was pioneered by IETF, which defined two protocols that allows a remote application to access mail in permanent mailbox that is stored on a server. One allows the user to download a copy of a message, and the other allows a user to view and manipulate the messages on the server. The user first sends a login and password to authenticate the session. Once authentication has been accepted, the client sends commands to retrieve a copy of one or more messages and to delete the messages from the permanent mailbox. The messages are stored and transferred as text files in the standard format specified by RFC 2822. The computer with the permanent mailbox must run two servers, an SMTP server and a POP3 server. The SMTP server accepts the mail sent to a user and places each incoming message in the user's mailbox. The POP3 server allows a user to examine each message in the mailbox, save a copy on the local computer, and delete the message from the mailbox on the server. IMAP, that is Internet Message Access Protocol. Version 4 of the Internet Message Access Protocol is an alternative to POP3 that allows the user to view and manipulate messages on the server. IMAP4 defines an abstraction known as mailbox. Mailboxes are located on the same computer as a server. Also, like POP3, a user runs an application that becomes an IMAP4 client. The application contacts the server to view and manipulate messages. IMAP4 also provides extended functionality for message retrieval and processing. A user can search for a specified string and retrieve portion of an message. Partial retrieval is especially useful for slow speed connections because it means a user does not need to download useless information. This marks the end of the session. Thank you.